Yeah. So for the last 10 years or so, I've been doing one-on-one trips with my kids. Started in 2008. I have two boys. Adam is 15. My oldest is now 17. And so I started when my oldest was 9. And believe it or not, I flew him up to Anchorage, Alaska. And he met me in Anchorage. And we drove back together for 2 weeks. And we tent camped out of the back of a Corvette. And it was kind of a risky move because you just never know. A 9-year-old in a car that long, right? How's this going to go? But it was an amazing time. And so I knew I wanted to do more of it. And so from that year forward, I basically have been alternating every year between Eric and Adam and doing these one-on-one trips. So this year, it was Adam's turn. And so, Adam, what did you say? Where did you want to go?
48 states.
He said he wanted to do 48 states.
And I'm just like, as an example, I'm like, big deal.
Yeah, Adam's like, big deal, but the driver is saying, oh boy, that is a lot of driving. And I've done big driving trips before, but this is just a lot of driving. So I thought for sure he'd come off of that. You know, I gave him 3 or 4 weeks, and he's like, no. He's like, And so you wanted to do it. So I put a route together and, got with work and was able to figure it all out. And so back in January then, we were like, wow, this could be a fundraiser. It's kind of a big deal. Adam is autistic. He has Asperger's syndrome. And so we thought, hey, you know what? We could turn this into a fundraiser. And that's what we did. I reached out to a local nonprofit, Autism Action Partnership. And I asked them, I said, hey, we're doing this road trip, thinking about turning it into a fundraiser. We're thinking about your organization to benefit. And their reaction was, yes. I don't know what I'm saying yes to, but yes, that's awesome. We'd love to do that. So that's the trip. That's what's got us in a blue Corvette heading all around the lower 48 states. Your turn, Adam.
All right. Like some of the challenges have been like to even get the money like out there or get people to donate. In fact, we are barely like even, I would say, close to the goal.
Yeah, we set a goal of $48,000 to raise for Autism Action Partnership. And we had a great send-off from Omaha, and there was a big surge. But the last few days, it's been pretty dry on the donations. But we haven't had too many donations lately. So we're really hoping to get the word out and get more people involved. I've had a lot of friends and coworkers donate, yes, but that's not all. There's been others, but go ahead.
But it means like a lot to me that other people do this besides friends. Okay.
Yeah, when other people donate, and we've had, either families that have autistic children, or Corvette has kind of picked up on it, and so Corvette blogger, I think out of Florida, wrote an article on it, and so when those other people join in, it's such an energy boost to us. While we're going down the road, Adam's able to, stay in tune with the phone, and he's able to see who's donated or who's leaving comments for us, and all of those messages are just a huge energy boost to us as we continue our trip.
Pretty much like the exit from Northwest High School for the police escort.
Yeah, when we left Omaha, it was school was still in session, but I had to pull Adam out a couple of days early. We had to make it to a nephew's graduation out in Portland, Oregon, and between the school and the local police department, it was just an amazing send-off. There were 400 or 500 kids outside. The police department had 16 motorcycles, and they gave us a police escort out of town. It was an amazing experience to be a part of that. So that was awesome to be a part of. Adam's been doing a lot of binge watching of Friends. '90s sitcom, and so it's pretty funny. He'll have his earphones in and he'll be listening and watching Friends, and all of a sudden I'll just hear him just start giggling out loud, and I'm like, what was that? So other fond memories. So on the first day, towards evening, we hit a pheasant traveling along at 70 mile an hour, and that was a first. This is about 100,000 miles of road trips that I've done with my boys, and that was the first animal incident that I had, and it popped the fender in pretty good. Luckily, we were able to get to a Chevy dealership, and they were able to pop it right back out. So I'll probably have some work to do when I get home, but at least it's in good condition to keep on going. So we get back on Father's Day. So we have another full, 8 days left after today?
Yeah.
Yep. And from here, basically we're going counterclockwise. So from here, we're going to dip down through Alabama into Florida, and then head on up through Georgia, through the Appalachia there, and then on up the East Coast, all the way up to Maine before we buzz on back home. You bet. So, people can follow us on the trip on Facebook and also on Twitter if they look for...
Hashtag 48 States for Autism.
Well, it's hashtag 48 for Autism. And then if you do a search, it's 48 State Drive for Autism. But the donations are GoFundMe, and it's all set up where it's not funding us. It goes straight to the organization. None of the donations and sponsorships are used to pay my trip expenses. It's 100% going to the organization. And what's really cool about the donations is that this is not in their budget, right? This is not paying their normal daily expenses. The goal with the money that we're raising is to do something above and beyond what they're doing already. And they're doing some really cool things. Two programs that really mean a lot to us are it's called Circle of Friends, where they put a program in the school, and they'll have an autistic child like Adam, and they'll surround that one child with a group of other neurotypical kids, normal kids. And it's really a buddy system. It allows Adam to form some friendships that he might not otherwise have formed, and it also allows the other kids to learn about autism. And so that's one program they already have. It's really cool. And then another program they have is after school, when you're an adult, and it's a workforce development program. So it helps autistic people that are on the spectrum, find meaningful long-term employment. So they have those two programs. That's great. I'd love to see them continue to innovate, take those programs to another level. So there's things that I know we can do. One of the things this year, Adam's a freshman in high school, and
sophomore.
Well, he will be a sophomore. Thank you. But when he was a freshman, he took a personal finance class, and in this class, it really got him thinking about roommates, apartments, what's life like after living at home with mom and dad. And so it was a very engaging experience where Adam would come home and ask questions, which is, for those that don't necessarily live with folks that are autistic, that's pretty rare that you have that kind of an engagement with your son like that. So what I'm hoping is, why do these programs that AAP is helping to bring to the schools, why do they have to be after school programs, right? Why can't there be classes that are taught right as a part of the curriculum that help everyone understand each other, whether it's autism or some other disabilities that are out there that are very prominent? I think we could go a long way to bringing that into the curriculum, and that would allow all of the students to learn each other a little bit better, kind of break down those walls. Why Wait is the license plate that I got when I got the first car, the first Corvette. It was 2008. I had some extended family members. They had cancer, and two of them passed away from cancer, and it was really a wake-up call to life. At that point in time, the kids were about 4 and 6, and that's about the time that Adam was diagnosed as well. So it was really just a a wake-up call. Why Wait is all about live your passions, live your dreams within your means, right? I love driving on twisty 2-lane highways and in a sports car, and so I went out and bought a used, Corvette at the time, and with a 2-seater, it's one-on-one time. You can't take the whole family. Family trips are great, but that one-on-one time is just precious. And so Why Wait is really just all about living your dreams and living your passion.